Hey guys, it's me, Peaceful Daisy. You can finally hear my voice now. That's my voice, y'all. And today we're gonna be studying for my AP Human Geography class because AP exam is coming up. For those high schoolers out there, you know who you are. If you haven't studied yet, it's your chance to study with me right now. I'm studying Unit 3 right now. I know there's 7 units in total, so we kind of have to get started, but yeah, so I'm going to be studying today. Yeah, if you guys didn't know I was a high schooler, probably knew that already, but I have my own priorities, my own academics, so I'm going to be studying. I've never done a live stream before, and I know none of you guys joined so far, but if you guys are watching this from like I don't know, if you guys are watching this after it's filmed, you guys could always pretend we're FaceTiming or whatever. And so yeah, if you guys also have any questions, drop them in the chat, I got you, and we'll kind of study together because I'm really bad at this topic.
Like their language and their clothing and their behavior, the way they use their land, etc. But then below the water is everything you cannot easily observe about a culture, like a group's patterns of thought or cultural norms. Let me just give you one example, namely how different cultures view time. Here in America, we say time is money. Therefore, it will be an illustration.
Guys, I don't think I could study, but actually maybe not. Maybe I could study.
Above the water, you've got the tip of the iceberg, which your eyes can see. And in terms of culture, that includes everything that's obvious about a society, like their language and their clothing and their behavior, the way they use their land, etc. But then below the water is everything you cannot easily observe about a culture, like a group's patterns of thought or cultural norms. Let me just give you one example, namely how not easily observe about a culture, like a group's patterns of thought or cultural.
Okay, so as you can see, this is kind of a nice illustrated iceberg over here. And so Unit 3 is basically about culture, religion, language, all of that. It's pretty easy if you think about it compared to like Unit 2. It's about cultural norms, history in general, Let me just move the camera a little closer so you could kind of see. I don't know if you guys can kind of see that. Okay, that's perfect. So, as you can see, behavior, language, clothing, and land use is all on the top of the iceberg, right? That means also, I'm really sorry if I sound sick because I am sick. Yeah, pardon me for that. Anyways, so yeah, behavior, language, clothing, land use, all of that is what's visible as a culture and what's visible as a religion or an iceberg cultural traits, whatever. So if you say religion, like let me think of sorry. I'm Korean, I'm South Korean, Korean American, and so I do have some American culture traits as well as some Korean culture traits. Now, if I want to talk about Korean culture traits, the language is Korean, obviously. Clothing is actually different. These days, clothing in South Korea is very different, like very trendy, It's very baggy. There's so many different kind of styles in Korea, but it's way different from America, which is more of a casual look, more of a, laid back, casual. It doesn't have a strict accessory or fashion kind of thing, It's usually that Korea has focuses more on fashion, and I'm not saying that America doesn't focus on fashion. I'm saying they have different types of clothing or clothing culture or fashion culture, and that's different. And that's whenever it's a stereotype thing, but like whenever my friends see a Korean, they're like, oh my gosh, aren't you supposed to dress up nice? Aren't you supposed to have glass skin? Aren't you supposed to wear a skirt? That's some stereotype because of K-pop, which is also culture, was also part of the tip of the, you see that? Tip of the iceberg. For Koreans, the tip of the iceberg is K-pop. That's the tip of the iceberg. For Americans, I don't really know what's the tip of the iceberg. I'm thinking maybe I don't even know, actually. I don't know what the tip of the iceberg is for America because it's so diverse. But if you see in really unique, united cultures like Korea, there you could clearly see a defined iceberg tip. Like for me, whenever I hear Japan, okay, I'm not being racist. I'm just doing what I think. You know, I think the tip of that iceberg is matcha. Don't judge me, matcha. I thought it was like long time ago before taking this class. My first reaction, my first thought of Japanese or Japan culture was anime. I don't even watch anime. It's just a it's just a shared culture. It's just a spread thing, you know? And so that's what I thought. And Chinese people, like the tip of the iceberg is manufacturers because everything is made in China. That's the tip of the iceberg. That's what I'm saying. Behavior. Koreans then tend to be very judgmental, very like judgy towards another. I mean, everyone's judge, but Koreans mostly look for the appearance. I know everyone looks at the appearance, but like it's quite different. You know, you have to kind of go to Korea to experience that because I've definitely experienced a lot of culture there. A lot of different culture from America. America's more like a laid back freedom. Korea's more like you have to follow this kind of standard. You have to do this. It's strict at school, you know. So that's the tip of the culture. That's the tip of the iceberg. And land use could actually relate to this because America, we're such a big country. We're such a big country. We have so much land. And so, as you can see, like most of our houses here, we don't really live in apartments unless it's like New York City, you know? But majority of the states, we all have our own plot of land. We all live in neighborhoods. We live in the suburbs, let's say that. You know, I live in the suburbs. I don't live in apartments. I live in suburbs. Or apartments, like it could be like 3 stories. You know, it's not like 10 stories. Like in Korea, everyone lives in apartments unless you have like lots of money and you live in the farmland or suburbs, whatever. There's no such a thing of suburbs in Korea. It's either you live in an apartment or a really nice mansion or live like in a tightly closed neighborhood, 1 story neighborhood.